NBA player props here on PrizePicks for Monday, June 12th. NBA Finals Game 5 here. Before I get started, link is in the description below. 100% deposit match on PrizePicks. Discord link in the description. Main server completely free. Patreon link in the description as well, where I post all the plays here that I'm making on PrizePicks for each given sport that I do play. Again, I'm not a gambling expert, not financial advice. These are simply plays I'm personally making. Hopefully give you guys some insight and analysis to then make your own player prop decisions here. Again, no one's pressing submit on those parlays other than yourself. But let's get into it, you guys. NBA Finals Game 5 here. Denver is 9.5-point favorites here at home. Should be a closer game in my opinion. I mean, Miami Heat kind of playing for their season. I honestly think Denver closes it out here tonight at home. I think they come out firing. But at the same time, Miami has kind of proved resilient all season long here. So hopefully this is a close game. I got two player props that I'm targeting from this game. Just got to go with complete superstars wagons here. Let's not waste any time. Let's just get right into it. The first one is going to be Jokic, and I'm taking these over 22.5 rebounds plus assists here. This line was all series long. The first 4 games was at 23.5. It bumps down to 22.5 here. Back at home for Jokic. I think he's good to play 40 plus minutes tonight and an opportunity to win the first championship here for Denver. He's going to be playing a ton of minutes if this game remains close, and that line is just a little bit too low. And again, we get a discount here at 22.5. Was at 23.5 pretty much all series long. We take a look at Outlier here. Again, link is at the top of the description of this video. You get a 7-day free trial with Outlier. Again, in my opinion, the best research tool for sports betting. So you can see here, this is Jokic's rebounds plus assists. He's odds here, minus 135 on Caesars, minus 132 on FanDuel, minus 125 on BetMGM. This is his hit rate this season when he plays 40 plus minutes. If we move this to at home, you can see the hit rate here as well when he plays 40 plus minutes. Head to head now against Miami at home, 24 and 15 RA. But Nikola Jokic, this line is too low for him. We're taking a look at his rebounds plus assists, or let's just take a look at this rebounds plus assists. Game log in the playoffs when he plays 40 plus minutes. The hit rate is just too good for us. You can see here he's only missed this 2 times this season when he plays 40 plus minutes. 24, 27, 29, 29, 31, 34, and 35. We take a look at Jokic's RA game log in closeout playoff games this season. Has had 17 against Minnesota, 29 against Minnesota at home, and then 22 versus Phoenix on the road, and then 27 versus the Lakers on the road in these closeout games so far in these playoffs. Nikola Jokic throughout these playoffs, throughout this series through the NBA Finals, he's averaging 21.5 rebounding chances, converting 13.5 rebounds, as well as 13.3 potential assists, converting 8 assists per game. Potential assists kind of down. Definitely Jamal Murray's assists are going up, but I kind of think the Miami Heat might want to change the way they're defending the Denver Nuggets, because I mean they only won 1 game. And in that 1 game win, I'm pretty sure they had, what did Jokic finish with in that 1 game win? Let's just take a look at his game log here, last 5. In that 1 game, when he plays normal minutes, just whatever, last 10 games. In that 1 game win versus Miami, Jokic had 15 RA, right? I definitely think Miami kind of switches the way they choose to defend Jamal Murray, because Jamal Murray being able to get 10 plus assists is really doing damage in this series. But 22.5 just too low for Jokic. We look at his per 36 minutes averages over his last 10 games at home here. He is averaging 13.8 rebounds per game per 36 minutes, along with 8.7 assists. So combined, we're looking at 22.5 RA average per 36 for Nikola Jokic. I think he's going to play close to easily 40 plus minutes tonight. Line is just too low for a guy. You could see here the hit rate this season when he plays 40 plus minutes. Massive hit rate, strong hit rate. It's Jokic. The usage will be there. Ball in his hands a ton. Rebounding has been great this series. I like Jokic over 22.5 RA. And then again, the second play here, I'm sure I'll get some comments for this one, but I just have to go back to Jimmy at 47.5 fantasy. And I could be wrong for this. Like, if this doesn't hit, then I just think, I don't know if Jimmy's just tired or what's going on with him, personal. I know there's some things going on with his personal life. But if this doesn't hit, then I kind of feel like Jimmy let the Miami Heat down in the playoffs, in my opinion. Again, I don't know what's going on with him, if he's has an injury or things like that. But it's kind of slowly been getting better each game in this series. Like, he had 45.9 fantasy in game 4. And in that game where he finished with 45.9, he only took 17 shots. I just think he needs to be more aggressive. If you're watching the game, this dude is just not aggressive at all. he still finished with 25, 7, and 7, and he finished with 45.9 with only one block. I mean, he's just not making a defensive presence in this series. I mean, through 4 games, for him to only have 4 stocks through 4 games is just not enough for Jimmy Butler and the Miami Heat to win this series. So again, we've seen the quotes from Jimmy after these games talking about he needs to be better, he'll be more aggressive. We kind of got that in Game 4, but now, I mean, in Game 5, an absolute do or die type of atmosphere. I'm hoping Jimmy can come out and be aggressive and really. I mean, he's played 45 minutes in Game 4. I think without question he's going to probably see that same type of work tonight. We look at his fantasy score game log this season in closeout games. I mean, this is closeout games, right? Do or die games, not do or die, but just games, must-win games. I mean, he's hit this in 5 of 7 games this playoff round, this playoff series, I guess you can say. 61, 57, 53, 51, 50, and then 2 games of 39 and 31. But Jimmy Butler, he just needs to play a lot more aggressive, and kind of, we haven't even seen him like get hyped and scream or like really try to get his team amped. We haven't seen that so far in this finals, and it's honestly kind of shocking to see. We take a look at Jimmy though away in these playoffs. Over his last 11 away games, he is averaging 45.1 fantasy points per 36 minutes, 1.3 fantasy points per minute player. I mean, per 36, he's averaging 45.1 fantasy. I mean, if he plays 45 minutes tonight, there should be no reason he can't clear this number. I mean, this is the lowest we've seen his fantasy score line pretty much all playoffs, and I mean, this was as high as 53.5, you guys, at some point in the playoffs. So, and I don't even think it's really because the way Denver's defending him. Like, if you watch the games and you understand basketball, like, they're not even throwing doubles at him. They're pretty much letting him do whatever he wants offensively, get to any spot on the floor and shoot the ball. So, I mean, he's not even shooting like a horrible percentage, really. I mean, he shot 7 for 19 in this game, but I mean, 36% for a player that's taking 19 shots and being the number 1 option on a team in the NBA Finals. Too low for not even that bad at 36.8, but he shot 40% from every other game in this series. Just the defensive presence here and the volume. I mean, he only has 1 game in this series where he's taken only over 20 field goal attempts. Just really doesn't make sense for me here. He is averaging in the series 11.3 potential assists, converting 6.8 assists per game, as well as 10.8 rebounding chances, converting 5 rebounds per game. So the peripheral stats will be there. You can see here, here's his PRA over 38.5. He's over 30.5, minus 158 on FanDuel. I'm pretty sure his PRA is at 39.5. So, I mean, really, really strong odds to go over 38.5 PRA. So if we like look at his fantasy score game log, points plus rebounds plus assists and fantasy score game log this season in the playoffs, like when he has 39 PRA, obviously Jimmy making a defensive presence is important, but when he has 39 PRA, he pretty much hits this or gets super close to hitting this in every single game here. So, and you can see here the potential for Jimmy. I mean, he had 35 PRA and still finished with 52.8 because of that defensive presence that he does make. 6 stocks against the Knicks on the road. So I like Jimmy here tonight. He has had some monster fantasy score games. Let's just see, fantasy score game log. He has some monster games on the road, actually, in this series, in these playoffs. I mean, they played a ton of games on the road because them being an 8 seed, they obviously get a ton of minutes, ton of games on the road. But, I mean, you can see the hit rate for Jimmy on the road. He's can do this on the road. He's done this on the road. He's proven to do this on the road. In these 2 road games versus Denver, right? That game 1, he didn't really play well coming in that first game in the altitude. It makes sense. And then in that game 2, he played a little bit better, but still 21, 4, 9, but no steals or blocks. We need 2 to 3 stocks from Jimmy Butler for this to cash easily tonight. I'm going with Jimmy. I have to go with him here. Again, you don't have to tail this play. If you don't like it, don't tail it. Like, you know, these plays, these riskier ones, or these plays that haven't hit last 5 or haven't hit last 4, you know, they don't hit. You guys in the comments talking about, damn, I shouldn't have tailed, Then don't tail. Like, if you don't like the play, don't tail. You know, play what you guys want to play. I'm giving you guys the plays I'm making here. I like Jimmy tonight. And then Jokic over 22.5 RA. Again, both these plays banking on if this game it remains close as well. But let me know in the comments below, you guys, how you feel about these 2 player props here. This could potentially be the last day of NBA betting. So hopefully we get a good one. Hopefully we get a close game. Drop a like on this video, hit that subscribe button, and as always, let's cash.